Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Molt and this is my comparison between the Zaryte Bow and the Chaotic Crossbow. Just a little pre-information, I'm doing this because I've just spent the last 2 days solidly dungeoneering to finally get my Chaotic Crossbow, which I'm very pleased to have. And just while I was dungeoneering, it came to me like, which is actually better, the crossbow or the Zaryte Bow. And in this video we would be comparing the two of them. So first of all, I think the best way would be to compare their stats, like head to head. So if we compare Chaotic Crossbow with Zaryte Bow, you can see they are both actually extremely similar. However, the Zaryte Bow has a much higher range strength, but apart from that, they are all exactly the same. So they have the same speed, the same damage and accuracy, and that is when the Chaotic Crossbow would be using rune bolts. So as you can see, yeah, so obviously the range strength is 0 because it depends on the bolts that are used. And so that is them compared head to head. And so it sort of depends more with the Chaotic Crossbow. If you're using the standard rune bolts like this, then they'd hit, as you can see, 115, that is exactly the same as the Zaryte Bow. However, if you used something more like dragon bolts or diamond bolts, actually, sorry, just dragon bolts higher. Where'd they go? Here they are. So yeah, if you use dragon bolts, then you'll actually be hitting a bit higher than the Zaryte Bow would be. And now on to the next sort of advantage of the Chaotic Crossbow. The one advantage of the Chaotic Crossbow is you can have a shield on. This might not sound like much, but that's actually would be hugely helpful if you're doing bossing or if you're doing basically anything which requires you to have high defense. You will definitely be wanting a shield. Whereas the Zaryte Bow, no shield, I'm afraid. So that is a single-handed weapon. However, one plus side of a Zaryte Bow is if you wear it to God Wars Dungeon, you will not need to bring a Zamrock item, a Saradin item, a Guthix item, etc., etc., because you will be instantly protected from all of the things within the God Wars Dungeon if you bring a Zaryte Bow. So that's always one plus side from that. And now let's run through how you obtain either of them. You can obtain the Zaryte Bow by either from a Grand Exchange for a rather hefty price, I believe. Let's quickly price check it. And you can also, or you can obtain the Chaotic Crossbow from a dungeoneering place for 200,000 tokens, which can take. It's not tradable, because that's. Oh yes, I'll talk about that in a sec. But I believe it cost me roughly 85 mil at the current time, which is May the 19th, 2012. And yes, so overall, though, the Chaotic Crossbow is actually much more expensive because it costs 2 mil per 10,000 shots you do, roughly, plus the price that you be spending on bolts, that's the time it takes to degrade, whereas the Zaryte Bow is 2 mil for 66,000 shots, and that's averaging out about 33 GP per shot, and there's no extra cost of arrows or things like that. Oh yes, and the Zaryte Bow also has a very nice advantage to it, which is the longest reach of any bow in the game. That makes it actually very useful for things like Jad and things along those kind of lines, because just by having longest reach in the game, that is obviously very helpful. And now, just to sort of add some sort of action to this video, and rather not me just talking, I decided to let's just test out some kills. So obviously I've not got rigor or anything like that because they couldn't bear to do the get the tokens. So let's just try out some extreme ranges. And have I got a boosting? Sorry. So yes. What have I done? Yes, I've just done my extreme mage and let me boost my range. And then let's see how roughly how long it takes to kill. So this is with runite bolts. So as you can see, this is actually hitting fairly often. As in this whole kill, I have not missed a single shot. Let's just try once more. Going well. Oh yes, and as you can see, I am trying to wear the best sort of range gear possible with the Pernix, with the Glavens, things like that. Now let's try out Dragon Bolts. See if these hit much higher. Ooh, a nice substantial hit at the start, 140. 130 XP drop, nice. 240 hit marker. Very nice. So that was killed in 3 hits. And let's test that out once more. 1 hit. 2 hit. Oh, wow. It virtually killed in 2 hits, but that was 3 hits. And now let's try out the Zaryte Bow. So you can see I've got no shield, so if these monsters were actually be able to attack me, the Zaryte Bow would not be quite as good. So 1 hit, 2 hit, and... Ooh, 3 hit. We're going above the 3 hit. And that's a 4 hit kill. Now let's try once more, just to make it a bit more of a fair test. 1 hit, 2 hit. Will it go for the 3 hit? Oh, 3 hit. And 4 hit. And that's a 5 hit. There we go. So in conclusion to this video, I would overall say I prefer the Chaotic Crossbow. However, the Chaotic Crossbow you need to put in a lot of time, whereas a Zaryte Bow all you need is money. So it is obviously up to you, but overall I would say it's more worthwhile spending your time trying to get a Chaotic Crossbow than it is a Zaryte Bow. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like or a comment just saying you did, because that makes me kind of happy. Anyway, see you guys, bye.